You're watching Your View.
Thank you for joining us. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends. Welcome back to the 7 Mile Casino Studios here on Kaplan and Crew, along with mi hermano numero uno, Oxnard's favorite son, 805 representing, Grande Alejandro. Hola.
Hola. Did you see Canelo golfing yesterday with a mariachi behind him?
You know, I did see that, and I was trying to figure out where it was.
Me too.
You know, because usually Canelo, and by the way, I don't know if you saw him, but after the fight, he was up on somebody's shoulders and he like took a swing, like a golf swing. Like that's like his message to all of his golf buddies over at the Del Mar Country Club.
I mean, it's clear. I don't think that was at Del Mar, right?
No.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I wish you would get that video. I'd love to be able to see it and show it to everybody else. And then look at this guy bringing the street cred from the 7 Mile Casino podcast shed. Big Brown in the house. What's up?
Hey, Oakland A's fans, look like your team's on the move.
Don't be so happy about it, man. That's so mean. We just went through it here, and you're like joyful that the A's are leaving Oakland.
Is that like really, or is that because that's been talked about forever? Is this actually ready to happen now?
Major League Baseball has given the A's the approval to look for another city if Oakland doesn't approve a proposal for a new stadium,
which they did not.
Right. Mm-hmm. So Austin, maybe.
Austin,
Texas, maybe.
No, there's a little place called Las Vegas.
Right. Why not just move to where Big Brother just moved to? I mean, if the Raiders are there, then move the A's there. Now you've got the NFL, Major League Baseball, the NHL, and the NBA is going to eventually get there. I'm surprised that they're going to be late to the party. But yeah, if I were the Oakland A's, I'd be much more about Vegas than I would be about Austin, Texas.
All right. Well, I'm down with that too. Another reason to go to Vegas for the weekend.
You know what I'm down for? You know what I'm really down for? I'm down for Oakland, the A's, whoever the owners are of the A's, build your own damn stadium and stay in Oakland. Tired of all these billionaires bouncing around because no one will give them money.
Nah.
Well, you know what, man? Let me tell you. Oakland is becoming like a different place from what I'm told, meaning, you used to think of Oakland as being hardcore, which I know it still is in many ways, but because of Silicon Valley and all of the money and spreading it throughout the Bay, it seems like Oakland is being, I don't know what the
gentrified.
Yeah, I guess so. But listen, if you're Oakland, just real quickly, I don't know how we got started on this. Browner did this to us again. But if you're Oakland, think about this. You ready? You've lost the Raiders. You've lost the Golden State Warriors. I mean, make no mistake. The Warriors left Oakland and went to San Francisco.
In their prime.
They gone.
Right. And look, it's everybody's TVs still work just fine. If you were in Oakland and you watched Warriors games and now they play in San Francisco, you still see them. You don't know the difference. But if you wanted to go to a game, you got to drive an extra 30 minutes and maybe with traffic an extra hour, But still, Oakland lost the Raiders, and in the next building over, they lost the Warriors, and now we're talking about them possibly losing the A's. But somewhat inevitable given what's gone on up in Oakland, and the fact that nobody's building stadiums for people who are rich in the state of California.
Nor should they.
But isn't that ownership group like one of the poor ownership groups in baseball?
And sell the team.
I agree. Now we can have a conversation because I believe if you can't afford to keep the team competitive, you should sell it. But they have been competitive with the Moneyball BS that they've been doing, not paying anybody.
Yes. Well, but it works.
It works
to a certain extent.
They're in first place right now.
Right. But they don't have. Listen, the stadium stinks. Okay, and when I say it stinks, it was horrible for football. It's horrible for baseball. It's the only stadium left like it in America where you're playing baseball in a football stadium, or you're playing baseball in a half a football stadium. And so, listen, they have found a way. Think about the Padres. When the Padres were terrible, it was because they didn't spend any money. But they didn't follow what they did in Oakland, because in Oakland, they were spending less money and still competing. So their system worked, but they just, nobody goes to those games,
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. It was like Alex said, what we went through here in San Diego to see the Chargers leave, and now you're talking about in Oakland, you got the Raiders who left, and now we're talking about the A's and the Warriors just moved across the bridge. Yeah, man, it's crazy. All right, listen, I didn't know we were going to start there. That's just the nature of live
Browner.
radio. Yeah. And live podcasting and stuff that eventually gets turned into TV. So listen, if you're with us on 1090 on the radio, glad to have everybody along on a Tuesday. If you are with us on YouTube, I actually want to do this a little bit later on. I don't know if we're going to get to it or not, but one of the stars of our YouTube chat, my dad.
Oh.
I can't even believe he knows how to get on YouTube, let alone sign in to get into the chat, which is fascinating. My dad's birthday today.
It was your son's birthday.
So it is my son's birthday. My son turns 21 today. Okay. But it's my dad's birthday too. So if you're with us on radio, if you're with us on YouTube, if you're with us on the TV show at night, listen, glad to have everybody along. And listen, make it easy. Just go to our website, kaplanandcrew.com, because that's how you get our tweets, our Instagrams, our Facebooks, our Sideds, our YouTubes. You get the Brown Bag blog.
YouTubes.
Yeah.
Kaplan and Crew.
Does your sister have any boys?
No, my sister does not have any boys.
So your son's the only guy?
My son's the only dude.
And you ruined it by not having your birthday be on the same day. Way to go.
What do you mean?
Your dad's birthday is today. Your son's birthday is today. Well, look at you. What are you doing?
My birthday's not today. What can I tell you?
Complete the trifecta, man. God.
What am I going to do? Change my birthday?
Yeah, you need to talk to your mom and dad.
I have a joke, but it's inappropriate for television. I'm just going to keep it to myself.
Come on, let's hear it.
Just that you and your dad got down on the same day.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Runs in
That's
the family.
I cleaned it up.
Yeah, it's clearly true in theory. You know, I mean, it's just in the same
science, same day.
Yeah.
I don't know about the same exact.
No,
day,
it's science, dude.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's a fact.
No, I don't think so.
Sorry, it's true.
All right. Well, hey, listen. So happy birthday to my dad and to my son Justin. My dad's down in Florida, Boca del Vista, Phase 4. He probably got done playing pickleball today, and now he's probably sitting in front of his computer watching today's show or listening.
What is pickleball?
Pickleball?
What is it? I keep hearing these old people playing pickleball. Is it like safe for their body?
Not just old people, a lot of young people playing pickleball too. Pickleball has become kind of a thing now. You know, it's like tennis, but on a smaller court.
With pickles?
It's two on two, no pickles. It's kind of like a wiffle ball meets like paddle ball on a half a tennis court.
What? Is this like when them kids invent a game, you go to the beach and you just smash the ball into a net? Like, I don't get that either.
No, this is pickleball. People play pickleball. It's true, Browner. Say what you want to say. Just say it. Go ahead.
Nah, man, listen, congratulations. Happy birthday, Pops. Enjoy your pickleball game.
Yeah, here he is. Alex is showing us. This is what pickleball is. Pickleball, right here, little tennis court, more of like a paddle ball racket, kind of more of like a wiffle ball, sort of a ball. And there's all kinds of rules, like you can't go up too close to the net. Otherwise, you get into what's called the kitchen. Don't ask me how I know this. I played once.
That video I just showed?
Yeah.
2.2 million views on YouTube.
How?
Really? Oh, my God. Oh, that's hilarious. All right. Hey, listen, let me talk about something that's going on tonight. And let me get the opinion of what I would call the love side and the hate side. Okay. So here it goes. Browner's already got a look. Just take a look at him already. His face already says, what? I'm the hate side? Maybe you're the love side.
Oh, let me hear you.
A Browner the hater? Yeah, right.
Yeah. No, you're not actually. No, you're actually going to be on the hate side. So LeBron expected to return for the Lakers tonight against the Knicks. So I'm a little kind of jaded on LeBron right now. I'm having a little jading thing with LeBron.
LeBron fatigue, maybe?
I don't know, man. I just feel like LeBron came back. The Lakers lost. He couldn't finish the game because his ankle still hurt really bad. But he's been working out with the team and he's been practicing, and he knew that he needed to give it a little bit more time, maybe rushed back a little too soon. And so when he comes back, who does he come back against? He comes back against the Knicks. And these aren't like the terrible Knicks of years past. They're the marginal Knicks of this year, but they're on the verge of making it to the playoffs as well. And he knows that this is an LA, New York kind of a matchup sort of thing. So I feel like he's chosen this game. Should he feel good and should he actually come back? He's chosen this game like, okay, this is the stage. This is where LeBron starts to make his comeback. Like AD's made his statement now.
I'm back.
He had that one big dunk and started screaming, "I'm back, I'm back." So
my back, my back.
Oh, yeah, maybe that's what he was screaming. Yeah, I'm hurt. It's my back. So what do you guys? I feel that there's a love side and a hate side. Alex, I'll defer to what I consider to be the love side.
Give it to the
okay. Hater in the house.
I'll respond.
Browner?
Listen, man, I hope y'all ready for the Lakers to take this loss, okay? Because the Knicks are playing great basketball. Derrick Rose has been off the bench. He's been amazing. I think he's had 20 points in the last 3 of the 4 games. The Knicks are playing really, really good, cohesive, defensive basketball. And I don't think this is the first game LeBron should come back for because the Knicks are super intense and they play really, really hard. And I don't know if he's ready for that level. I think he should save it for the next game. And I wouldn't be surprised if come game time, he's going to give it Thursday. Because I hear you, Scott, talking about the nationally televised, it being the Knicks, and the Knicks are now a story again. I just think that the Knicks play a little too hard for LeBron to come back tonight.
Mm-hmm. All right, Alex. Just because the Lakers beat the Suns and Anthony Davis had 41 or 2 points on Sunday night, I'm not like all bought into everything's fine and they're going to be great, no problem. Just get LeBron back. I heard Kendrick Perkins on ESPN say that if you've got 100% AD and you've got 75 or 85% LeBron, 75% LeBron, you're fine. That's enough to win. And I'm not really sure I buy that. I'm not really sure I buy a 75% LeBron wins a championship. So what do you think?
First of all,
oh my God.
Nice. Take a breath.
First of all,
take your time.
Go ahead, babe.
Can you imagine the face and you see how Browner's leaning back on his chair right now? Can you imagine how fast he would have broken that shed if I would have said that Kevin Durant should not come back against the Bucks because Giannis plays too hard? Can you imagine that BS of all that is the weakest take you've ever had, and you've had some weak ones. Where'd you come up with that one? The Knicks play too hard for LeBron to come back this game?
Who tapped out?
Browner.
Who tapped out?
Browner. Do better.
Oh,
do better.
Wow.
That is
wow.
That is
wow.
so weak.
Wow.
Weak.
Do better, dog.
Like all the things you could say, the Julius Randle, the Knicks play too hard.
Who got a better record, the Lakers or the Knicks?
I don't even know.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know. I
Knicks
don't
are
even
real.
know. They got a better record than Lakers?
Yes.
Should I look it up?
Yeah.
You should look it up.
I don't know.
You don't know
because you
sure.
say things
He
sometimes.
might just say that.
I know
right.
you just said that. I think the Knicks are like 500 if I had to take a guess. Oh man! See, this is exactly why, Scott. I knew it. This is exactly why I wanted to go second. I wanted to see what kind of cockamamie that Browner would come up with today, because I knew it was going to be something about LeBron and blah blah blah. I was ready for it. By the way, same record. 38-30. Both.
So what we talking about? So like I said, the Knicks are playing. The Knicks play too hard. Okay,
they play too hard for LeBron.
LeBron's the one who tapped out. He's like, oh no, listen, I missed the layup. You know what? I need to go sit down. My ankle hurt. He didn't even finish the game, bro. He left in the third quarter. Why you didn't get the treatment at halftime? Huh?
The Lakers' last 2 victories against the Nuggets, against the Suns. The Knicks lost to both those teams their last 2 games. So, anyways. That's just facts. Don't let that get in the way of anything. Please don't let that get in the way of anything.
The Knicks beat the Nuggets.
But if the Knicks lost to the Nuggets and to
the way he
Suns,
came back and yelled at you, it was almost like you were going to go, okay, all right. I mean, we're talking about 2 different things, but you're right. I'm wrong.
Right.
Okay.
All I'm saying, listen, I'm not going to sit here and defend LeBron. He doesn't need my defense. I will say though, it's funny because Kevin Durant literally missed more games than LeBron James, but yet it's okay. He didn't tap out. He came back, injured hammy, whatever.
All right. I want to say this. Okay, Browner.
Padilla.
Okay, Browner. I got the Padilla t-shirt. It's the Lakers font purple T-shirt, Lakers yellow colors. Like I said, their font, the last LA and Padilla.
Oh, I never noticed that anything on the back.
Oh, yeah. On the back, the Mightier 1090. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's make a bet. Just for the hell of it. What the hell?
Go for it,
right?
Scott.
Right, here goes. So, Browner, the Knicks and the Lakers have the exact same record.
Mm-hmm.
They're both on a 1-game win streak.
Yeah, coming in hot.
You say that the Knicks play too hard for LeBron and the Lakers. They just play, they play too hard. It's like LeBron's gonna walk out on the floor before they throw the ball up in the air and go, "Hey man, if y'all don't mind, please take it easy on me tonight, will you? I'm just coming back from injury. The league needs me. I'm supposed to win the championship. I'm entitled, actually. Not only am I entitled, I'm LeBron, but all these Laker fans up here, they're entitled. It's theirs. Yeah. The championship belongs to them.
Yeah, because he played in the East, 38-30. Kevin Durant had to run to the easy-ass East to get to the finals.
You mean the East LeBron lived in his entire career? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Don't do that.
Let's make a wager. Browner thinks that the Knicks are too hard for the Lakers to handle. Way too tough.
For LeBron. Not the Lakers, for LeBron.
Okay. Right. Yes,
okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So why don't you take the Knicks tonight, Browner? And why don't you take the Lakers tonight, Grande? And then tomorrow, yet again, depending on who wins or loses, somebody got to rock the Padilla T-shirt. Because Browner's already rocking it. Look at him.
Yeah, I'm not taking any bet on the Lakers. I said I'm not going to defend LeBron. I said they're not going to win the championship. I'm not taking any bet on the Lakers. I have no confidence in the Lakers whatsoever.
All right.
None.
All right. That's all I need. It, Scott. That's all I need.
No, I don't.
You're
on
the LA airwaves. You're LA Kaplan too. I'm not.
LA Cap in the building. What's up, Big Scott?
If you think I'm going to sit here and tell you that the Lakers are going to go in there and steamroll the Knicks, I'd be surprised if they do.
There he is.
Yeah, look at that LA Cap, boy.
LA Cap in the house.
What's popping?
I'll do more of a bet. I'll do more of a bet on LeBron instead of the outcome of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do that.
Okay, what's the
I don't know. Like LeBron.
Does LeBron finish the game?
Oh, he's gonna finish. If he plays, he's gonna finish.
Oh, okay, what you said last time? We ain't seen him in a couple weeks.
All right, let me have 1 second to just talk about one of our great sponsors. Let me talk about HES Solar and my friend Spencer Hull. I say my friend, look, he worked with us at 1090. So Spencer's heard me talk about his ads on the radio, and he's like, hey, bud, would you stop telling everybody that you like me? I'm like, no, I do. You're a good guy. You were one of our best sales guys. And he moved over to HES Solar. He's like, well, how does that tell anybody that they should buy solar from me? I'm like, it's important, actually. If I come on the air and I go, you know what, this guy was a jerk, never really liked this guy, don't buy from him, you probably wouldn't. But I'm saying we liked him. He was a great guy. And now he's moved into the solar business and he can help you with your business. I'll give you an example. When you think about like some really big buildings, okay, this is where Spencer can help you. I'll give you a couple of examples. Many of the YMCAs around San Diego have solar through HES Solar. The San Diego Yacht Club, for those of you down in Point Loma, you know the Yacht Club. The Brigantine corporate headquarters. These are the kinds of businesses that Spencer and HES Solar have been able to help save money, a lot of money. So look, your employees are likely going to be coming back to the office before you know it, and so you don't want to spend a whole bunch of money on an electric bill when you can be saving money with solar. Email Spencer at HESsolar.com, Spencer at HESsolar.com. He's the guy to help you out. All right, there you go.
I like him.
Yeah, I like him too.
You liked
him too.
So I liked him.
Are you going to get solar in your house?
Me?
Yeah. That's a good idea. You should think about that.
Well, let me afford a house first, and I'll worry about affording solar after.
Get it all at once, man. Get all at once.
But think about what we do for you. First we're going to help you buy a house through Gary Cooper, Mountain Trust Mortgage and Realty Services.
Yeah.
Then we're going to make sure that your house doesn't have any bugs with Corky's Pest Control, 1-800-901-1102.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then finally, we're going to get you some solar with HES Solar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're going to protect your whole computer system and your whole home network with ExpressVPN.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to save you extra money by using Gabby so that you can get an apples to apples, insurance quote. You can save money. I mean, I'm just trying to help you out, brother. That's all.
Appreciate it. You're also trying to make me wear another Padilla shirt, and I don't appreciate that because you yourself said you have no faith in Lakers tonight either.
It's true. I really don't. I feel like everybody celebrated this win because Anthony Davis played a really great game, and I give it up to him. He did. He played a great game. I felt like Anthony Davis made a bit of a statement in this way. Hey, guys wearing Laker uniforms, I'm back. Give me the ball. I'll do the bulk of the scoring. I'll jump for loose balls. I'll lay out and sacrifice. I'll play great defense. I'll block shots. I'll rebound. I'll do it all. I'm back. We're back. So I didn't know if Anthony Davis was going to elevate to being the guy, and he was only the guy for one game.
Yeah. Do it again. Do it again.
Well, let's see what LeBron looks like. That's the other part of it. Let's see what LeBron looks like. All right. Coming up for all of our TV viewers, Channel 4 San Diego, Channel 4 Santa Barbara, Channel 118 in Palos Verdes in Orange County. Jeff Garcia is going to be here. And I'm a huge Jeff Garcia fan. Former San Francisco 49er quarterback, now San Diego resident. Jeff Garcia's got a football camp coming up, but he got great stories to tell too. So Jeff Garcia on the way. Looking forward. Let me get his opinion too on Tebow. We talked a little Tebow earlier. Let's find out what Jeff Garcia has to say about that. Jeff Garcia coming up.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
Hey, Dave Smith here. Make sure you listen to my show on the Mightier 1090, 6 to 10 p.m. Saturday and Sunday night. The only local sports talk in all of Southern California on the weekends, right here on the Mightier 1090.
The all-new and mightier 1090.
We have a term for typical cheese-filled, grease-covered, regret-inducing takeout. That's why dinner from El Pollo Loco is always fire-grilled, freshly prepared, feel-good food. The $20 Familia Dinner from El Pollo Loco.
I've been a part of this community for a long time, and giving back is what we do. That's why I'm so excited to tell you about the San Diego Giving Back Raffle, a benefit for Ronald McDonald House Charities of San Diego. Grand prize is this $4 million luxury home, or you could win a car, vacation, or cash. Everyone is guaranteed to win a prize. And you'll feel good knowing your raffle purchase goes to help families like the Lechugas. The first early bird deadline is May 14th.
Don't worry, Gracie. The curtain only goes up when everyone has a part to play. Whoa, okay, I gotcha. Uh-oh, whoa, watch out for those audio cables.
I'm gonna be sick.
To the left! I am not going out there without Gracie.
Neither am I. A little help?
No pressure.
It's time to eat like you won't always be wearing elastic waistbands. With Pollo Fit Bowls, made with organic super greens from El Pollo Loco.
Time now for Kaplan and Crew tonight's Community Connect.
Shelter to Soldiers selects dogs from shelters and rescue groups all throughout California. Our ideal candidate at Shelter to Soldier is 8 months to a year and a half old. They're confident in different environments. They have strong social drive. Another motivator like food or toy drive. And ultimately, these are dogs that want to have a job and that have a greater purpose to become a service dog. Currently, about 85% of our dogs pass their service dog training. But if they don't pass, they become a career change. We don't like to use the word failure around here. So career change to an emotional support animal, or if that doesn't work out, then they career change to a pet dog, still finding a loving placement and purpose in life.
We are in the hope business. What we do every day and what we've done for 40 years is to provide kids and families going through critical illnesses hope that tomorrow's going to be a better day. My favorite wish is the next one, because that is the power of our organization, is to bring hope to kids who are going through something right now, and hope can't wait. So people can get involved now by donating resources. They can donate in kind. They can donate their time as volunteers. They can donate dollars, because kids are still getting diagnosed with illnesses that qualify for Make-A-Wish every day. So people can visit us online at sandiego.wish.org. They can visit us and follow us on social media. There are so many ways to get connected, and people can help in many, many different ways. We need your support now more than ever, because illness doesn't take a vacation and it doesn't take a break because of COVID-19.
Hey, it's Pharrell here, inviting you to catch my shows on the Mightier 1090. We're on twice every Monday through Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. and 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific. Trust me, all the other sports stations are sleeping with your wife.
The all-new and Mightier 1090.
Adios, love handles.
Adios, couch.
Adios, Quarantine 15.
Say adios to the quarantine bod with Pollo Fit Bowls, made with fire-grilled chicken and organic super greens from El Pollo Loco.
Stanton Optical is an optical retailer that provides eye exams and glasses for every budget. At Stanton Optical, we offer a comprehensive eye exam. That means we don't skip any testing in order to give you the best exam possible. It is very important to have an annual eye exam to check and monitor the overall health of your eyes. The first part is our pre-test, where our patient care specialist will take you through the exam using our state-of-the-art technology and equipment. What separates Stanton Optical from other optical retailers is our extremely competitive pricing and our cutting-edge telehealth technology. A telehealth exam is a comprehensive eye exam that utilizes telecommunication technology to remotely communicate with the optometrist. This allows us to effectively and accurately provide an eye exam without direct contact with the doctor, ensuring maximum safety protocols. To schedule your appointment, just go to stantonoptical.com and choose the location that best suits you. Come on in and we'll see you soon.
We have a term for typical cheese-filled, grease-covered, regret-inducing takeout. That's why dinner from El Pollo Loco is always fire-grilled, freshly prepared, feel-good food. The $20 Familia Dinner from El Pollo Loco.
Kaplan and Crew tonight presents Sports in a Minute.
UC Santa Barbara softball sent their seniors out on a high note from Campus Diamond. The Gauchos got the series sweep against UC Riverside last weekend, their second series sweep of the season. Emily Schudish pitched her 11th complete game of 2021, allowing 5 hits with 6 strikeouts. UCSB has won 5 of their last 6 and will be looking to carry that momentum into their final series of the year at CSUN this upcoming weekend. UC San Diego softball's Bobby Aguirre was named Big West Conference Field Player of the Week on Monday. She had a 2-run home run, 3 RBI, and 3 runs scored on the weekend, with an on-base percentage of .778. Her pair of multi-hit performances through the weekend brought her total to 10 multi-hit games this season. Aguirre has 12 career home runs, which is good for 9th all-time in program history. I'm Haley Stasiak. That's your Sports in a Minute. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Great things can be achieved when a community comes together. Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community. Watch Doing More Sunday night at 6 on YourView or stream it online at yourview.com. Doing More is brought to you in part by the San Diego Food Bank.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
All right, everybody. I mentioned that Jeff Garcia is coming back on the show. We haven't had Jeff on the show in a really, really long time. I mean, Billy Ray and I, it was years ago. And I used to try and call on Jeff because he was doing like NFL analysis work and he was here locally. And I always said Jeff Garcia was one of my favorite quarterbacks in the NFL because I love a guy who has to battle to get to where he's going. You go to San Jose State, by the way, and you see the stadium there and you see the names and there's Jeff Garcia. And San Jose State got some real football tradition. A lot of really big stars came from San Jose State. I'll talk about that. And then to go into the CFL before you get a chance to make it down in the NFL and, you're too short and you're too this, you're too that. And what a career Jeff Garcia had for the San Francisco 49ers. Lives here in San Diego. He's got a football camp coming up on May 15th. So here's Jeff Garcia back on the show. What's up, Jeff?
Hey, how you guys doing, man? Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, dude. Big old smile on your face. You're looking good, man.
Hey, I'm trying to stay fit and right, especially when I have this camp coming up on Saturday. Going to be running around with all these youngsters and showing them what it's all about. But I have 4 kids myself, so they keep me active, keep me going, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Let me ask you about that. I used to see you in the gym all the time, and you always kept yourself in great shape. Are you still? I mean, let me ask you. Could you go play in the NFL right now? Tim Tebow's coming back to play. Yeah, could you play?
I'd like to think I could take a couple snaps, but I might get the ball out real quick to the check down. It's not going to be holding on to the ball very long. I'm getting it out. And no, it's like as much as I would love to think that I could go out and still fling it, still throw it around, still, complete that deep comeback on the sideline, have that time into the post route over the middle. But I can't take those hits, man. I don't want to take those hits at this point in my life. I don't know how I'd respond or get up from that. But, the competitor in me says, hey, give me a snap or two. Let me see what I can do. Tebow going back, he's still a young man, first of all. And I'm sure the guy still keeps himself in pretty good shape. He realizes that it's not at the quarterback position, and he has that connection with Urban Meyer, having been at Florida together. Urban knows what he's all about, what he brings to the table. It's kind of a shot in the dark, but hey, if you got the opportunity, why not take advantage of it?
Right on. We're talking to Jeff Garcia. As soon as this topic comes up, we get, it goes right back into Kaepernick. Why doesn't he get a chance and all that? You were a great 49er quarterback. You got any opinion about that, like that part of this story? And if you don't, because you're like, I don't want anything to do with any of this stuff, that's fine too. But it just always turns into that. I'm curious what you think.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, hey, if Kaepernick wanted to try a different position, maybe that would be something that some teams would be open to because they know what an athlete he is. But as far as the quarterback position, I just found that it wasn't really about everything that was going on off the field or around him. To me, it was really about decision-making and how he handled the quarterback position as a decision maker, as a thought processor, as someone who can go through a read and progression and make the right decision and then be accurate with the throw. I just didn't see enough consistency in that sort of way to where I would want to bring a guy in like that to have a chance to be my starter. Now, I think if you would have continued playing without the break now, he's been out of the game for a number of years now. I think being able to be that backup, be that guy who can maybe bring in a change of pace, like what the 49ers will do this year with young Trey Lance and having Jimmy Garoppolo as your starter. They'll be able to create packages that are going to be set up for Trey Lance that come the second quarter in a critical time in the game. They want a little different look for the defense. Now they have a package put together where he's going to go in and have an opportunity to probably have a run pass option and put some stress on the defense. I think Kaepernick could have been a great changeup of pace in a game like that, but I just didn't see him as your number one. If he was willing to accept the role of being the number two guy or compete and show that you're capable of being the number one, I just think it got into unfortunate political situation and ownership thoughts on what the value that is brought to the field. And it may have hurt his chances back in the day. And, but from a quarterback perspective, for me, just looking at it, I just didn't feel like there was the mentality to process the information, read a defense, go through your progression, and make an accurate decision. And that's, to me, what the issue was.
Gotcha. Jeff Garcia, former NFL quarterback, is here. He lives in San Diego. He's got a camp coming up for kids on May 15th at Torrey Pines High School. How did you wind up getting into coaching and camps, and how'd that all happen?
Well, I used to coach quarterbacks here locally. I was working with a lot of the talented young quarterbacks that came through the San Diego junior high and high schools. And then I started working with some college and pro guys out here in some private quarterback schools. And, I got away from that. I went into the coaching, into the NFL for a season. I coached in the CFL for a season and realized, as much as I was passionate about it, loved it, it really took me away from spending time with my own kids. And so getting back after coaching in 2015 with the Rams, their last year in St. Louis, I realized that, hey, I'm fortunate to be in a position where I can really be involved in my kids' lives. Hey, they play flag football. They are very active. But now the boys are getting interested in wanting to play tackle football. And so in our area, Torrey Pines Pop Warner is our local group, local team, local organization. And my two boys, one's 11-year-old, one's 10-year-old. So one's on a 12U, one's on a 10U. I had to decide, well, which team am I going to coach? So I'm going to coach the 10U team. And part of what we wanted to do for the Torrey Pines Pop Warner football program was to have a camp that would raise money for the organization to help in certain things, and then also be able to start to look at some of these players, potential prospects, and give them an opportunity to understand what football is all about, not just flag football, but also tackle football, start to integrate some drills that are going to teach some of those basic concepts, and see what sort of interest we can bring to the organization so that we can fill up the rosters on the different teams. And I'll be coaching the 10U. I'm fired up about it. I got a little 10-year-old that'll be on the team. And so we're going to have a lot of fun with it.
You know what's interesting about this, and Browner and Alex jump in on this, but we're talking to Jeff Garcia. What's super interesting about that is how the numbers of Pop Warner players have seemed to have gone down because of all the concussion talk and all the fear out there about concussions and when kids should play and so on. It's interesting to hear a guy like yourself say, yeah, I want my kids to play and they're 10 and 11 and let's put helmets on and pads and let's teach them the right way. That's cool.
Yeah, and I'm not that dad that's like forcing my kids to do these things. They have come to me. And actually my daughter, my oldest girl, she's 13. She just turned 13. She wants to play tackle football as well. Now that is a parental discussion that I'm just not quite ready for her to be out there. She plays flag football. I'm happy with her doing that. But my boys have said, hey, Dad, we want to play tackle football. Okay, if you want to play tackle football, then let's get you involved and get you signed up, and we'll start going about it that way. To me, I feel like, look, if they want to play high school football, they need to get at least a couple years of the physical contact under their belt before they go into high school and then experience it for the first time. I don't want that to be their first time getting hit and feeling the contact. I want them to, if they're going to do it, get used to it. Hey, these are young kids. They kind of just bounce off each other. I don't really fear the concussion situation. I mean, the gear is so much better today than what we grew up playing with. And, I got through it okay. So
Are you raising quarterbacks? Is that?
My youngest,
because they can't get touched, man. So you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, my youngest is aching to play quarterback. And I've told him, well, you got to develop your arm strength. You got to work on certain things. And I'll put him in some flag football games and give him a taste of it. He's not quite ready to step on and actually be that field general, but he might be in a molding process right now. We'll see.
Dude, he's 10.
Yeah.
You got to start somewhere.
Well, and I was 10 when I started playing quarterback. I played my first year at 9 years old, and I did not play quarterback in the first season that I played Pop Warner football. It was the next season that I actually moved into the quarterback position. But I mean, even back then, I threw the ball sidearm. I threw the ball. My mechanics were awful, and it was like one of those things that through time, through evolution, I grew with the game. But mentally, because my dad was a football coach at the junior college level, I had that just knack for understanding the game. I mean, I would watch film with him. I was always around his team. So you just got those understandings of basics of defense and where guys are and how to, incorporate what you're doing on offense. And it came at a young age, and it really, truly helped me in my progression as a quarterback playing the game. My kids will have a little bit of that same background with me as their dad, but, we'll see. We'll let them dabble in it.
Jeff, when you see the quarterback position being played the way that it is, like you said, you coached and you also helped coach some kids at the high school level to try to prepare them for the next level. When you watch quarterbacks today, do you wish you could rewind the clock a little bit and get out there in your prime and have some 4,000 or 5,000 yard passing seasons?
Oh, absolutely. When I look at the type of quarterback that the NFL is looking at today, I really feel like I exemplified that style.
Yeah.
20 years ago.
Big time.
And, you see the comparisons now. It's funny because when Baker Mayfield got drafted a few years ago,
number one,
the first pick in the draft, the immediate comparison was he reminds me of Jeff Garcia, and then you look at Zach Wilson out of BYU this year. There were comparisons out there made that he reminds me of Jeff Garcia. It's like, dang, I wish I was.
I wish I was 21-year-old Jeff Garcia.
Coming out of college. So are you saying I could have been a top 5 pick? I mean, who knows what would have happened? But yeah, I was a guy coming out of college where everybody wanted the next Troy Aikman, right? They wanted the 6'4", 225-pound pocket passer, that sort of guy. And now today's quarterback position has molded into being a more athletic player, a player that can extend plays, a player that, hey, doesn't just play from within the pocket. You create different setup points, which puts pressure on the defense. We see one of the great ones in the making right now, Patrick Mahomes, how he stresses a defense from sideline to sideline, utilizing all 52 yards of width of the field, puts a lot of pressure on defenses, especially when they have to cover for not just 3 seconds, but 7, 8 seconds potentially. You can't cover guys for that long. And there's going to be big plays that happen.
What did you think about the way the NFL draft shook out this year with quarterbacks, with especially the 49ers? Because, the rumor was Mac Jones, and then out of nowhere, they take Trey Lance, who you said you're cool with. He's rocking your number. What did you think of the way it shook out?
Well, for the 49ers in particular, just because I focus more on them, I do some during the season work with NBC Sports Bay Area covering the 49ers in a pre and post game show. So we're always talking about that team. And I was on a show that night after the first round talking about the draft. And I thought personally that was a good pick. I feel like the situation there in San Fran, having Jimmy Garoppolo still under your belt to really be your starter and not force a young kid into that situation right away, but allow them to grow and be groomed and learn and then get into a competitive situation. Hey, at the end of the day, best guy starts for your team, but they're not having to force that card right from the get-go. Like a Zach Wilson will have to go to New York and play for not a very good football team, yet be anointed the starter right from the get-go. Same with some of the other picks that went on in the first few picks. But that being said, the whole Mac Jones talk, when I watched his film, and I'm not saying that he doesn't have the skill set to transition that translates at the NFL level. I think he's a smart quarterback. I think he does a lot of things well on the field. But when you're playing with Alabama and you have that type of talent around you, when there are guys running wide open down the field and you got a first-round running back, hey, you had 2 top 10 pick receivers, and the Heisman Trophy winner was the second one that went, not the first one that went. And
Jeff,
so
I heard people on television saying Mac Jones throws guys open. I was like, how? What video are you watching? He's 10 yards ahead of the other guy.
They're already open.
Yeah.
And he's not always hitting them in stride either. And there were some throws where he threw into coverage where his guys just make tremendous catches, tremendous plays. I'm like, he's not going to get away with that in the NFL. But that being said, they said a lot of things. He's the most pro-ready. He's seen the most blitzing. Well, of course they're going to blitz him because he's going to be a guy that's in the pocket. And that's the only way that they're going to create confusion or create a possibility of having an effect on his decision-making. That being said, when you're at that football factory like Alabama, during a COVID year especially, they didn't miss a beat. Every other college seemed to have to go through their different protocols, but Alabama, they kept going, and they're not going to be going off track. They are who they are. I mean, they're a minor league to the professional football organization.
Right. So true.
Right. It's true. We're talking to Jeff Garcia. Listen, Jeff Garcia's got a football camp coming up on May 15th. You can go to jeffgarciafootball.com. It's for boys and girls ages 8 to 14. It's only $55. It starts at 8:30 in the morning, and it all benefits Torrey Pines Pop Warner, which is where Jeff coaches and where his kids play. Hey, Jeff, we got a couple more minutes here, but real quick, as we talk about all these first-round quarterbacks, could you just tell people who are listening, and Alex, I don't know how much time we got exactly, but
like 5 minutes.
Okay. Just the story of how you got there, because these guys we're talking about first-round draft choices. You didn't have that benefit. From high school to JC to what I'll call mid-major college program to the CFL to the NFL. Like, how did that all happen? That you could become this great of an NFL quarterback, but no one really knows in high school.
Yeah, you're right. Coming out of high school, nobody would have ever thought that I would have been an NFL quarterback, probably even including myself. I had to go to junior college, played for my dad for a season, then to San Jose State, like you alluded to. And even at San Jose State, I was a record-setting quarterback, set records for most all-purpose yards by a quarterback in their history at the time, and not a sniff coming out by the NFL, not even a free agent opportunity, wasn't invited to the NFL Combine. And this is all after being the MVP of the East-West Shrine Game, which at the time was a major college senior all-star game, competed with the Senior Bowl as one of the top 2 all-star games in the country, and played with a lot of good players on that day and shine. But yet it didn't lead to that next opportunity. But fortunately for me, I had an opportunity to go to the Canadian Football League. And granted, again, the windows of opportunity are so small. I had 1 quarter to play in a preseason game. We only had 2 preseason games. I got the 4th quarter of the first preseason game. I go in, the score is 14-14. I'm competing with another rookie to be the 3rd string quarterback on the team. Doug Flutie was the starter who had his stint with the Chargers. And then we had another guy, Steve Taylor, who's a San Diego product that had gone to Nebraska and had spent 6 years in the CFL. He was the backup. So I'm competing to be the 3rd string guy. I go into the game in that 4th quarter. I go 6 for 8, 2 touchdown passes. I basically earn my spot on the team in that quarter. But you talk about the windows of opportunity. I was so close to not making that team and probably starting a whole nother career 25 years ago doing something else. And, so that's what I really share with kids is, and you got to be prepared for that opportunity. You don't know when it's going to strike. You don't know when it's going to present itself, but you better be ready to take advantage of it. That being said, I eventually became the starter up there in Calgary, won a Grey Cup after 5 years of being in the Canadian Football League. I finally got that NFL sniff. And fortunately for me, it was in a great situation to go to San Francisco to be the backup to Steve Young, or compete to be the backup to Steve Young, which I won. And then Steve went down with an injury, unfortunately, in the 3rd game of that season. I became the starter, and then that was all she wrote after that. I had to learn fast. I had to take advantage of the opportunity, but it was a struggle for a little bit in that first year. It's always a demanding, tough situation playing any position in the National Football League when you're at the elite levels. But I'm thankful for the process. I'm thankful for every step that I had to go through. Makes me just appreciate what I was able to accomplish at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff, you see what you speak about leading a franchise. You see what's happening to Aaron Rodgers. Because he was rumored to be going to the 49ers around the draft. A lot of people were saying, well, that's why they made all those picks. That's why they kept saying Mac Jones. And then it ended. Now it is where it is now. What do you think is going on there?
Yeah, they talked about his being disgruntled before last season. And then I thought they ironed it out. Last year. He had a good year. I thought the relationships with the head coach seemed to be very positive. But at the end of the day, there's something that's eating at him about being there in Green Bay. And when you draft a quarterback in the first round, the kid out of Utah State that they drafted, Love, last season in the 2020 draft, it kind of says something to your quarterback about what your thoughts are for the future.
Would that have bothered you?
Well, when you talk about Aaron Rodgers, who is an elite quarterback, top 5 quarterback in the National Football League, and MVP candidate just about every year, when I'm looking to win a Super Bowl title and I need other areas of my team that need to be strengthened, especially with the number 1, a first-round pick, that would bother me.
Let's do it again. We appreciate your time.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
Arash Markazi here, inviting you to catch my show, The Arash Markazi Show, on the mightier 1090. We are on every Monday through Friday from noon to 1 p.m. Pacific time. Join me and producer extraordinaire G. Hay Wiley, where we chop up Los Angeles sports and try not to piss too many people off.
The all-new and mightier 1090.
It's time to eat like you won't always be wearing elastic waistbands. With Pollo Fit Bowls, made with organic super greens from El Pollo Loco.
The Olympic Games, where the eyes of the world will turn to Tokyo for the greatest show on Earth. Catch all the action leading up to the Olympic Games on Countdown to Tokyo every Tuesday on Your View. You'll get the latest news on preparations for the Games, details about the sports involved, and in-depth insights into teams, athletes, and the host city. Don't miss Countdown to Tokyo, Tuesdays on Your View.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on YourView and YourView.com. Only at Stanton Optical can you get same-day eye exams that test your vision and eye health for under $50. Stop by or call us at 1-800-STANTON. Eye exams are provided by independent eye care doctors.
We have a term for typical cheese-filled, grease-covered, regret-inducing takeout. That's why dinner from El Pollo Loco is always fire-grilled, freshly prepared, feel-good food. The $20 Familia Dinner from El Pollo Loco.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
San Diego State baseball swept San Jose State, putting the Aztecs back in first place in the Mountain West. In the opener on Saturday, the Aztecs scored 14 runs in the first 3 innings. Sophomore Wyatt Hendry went 4 for 7 with 2 home runs, 9 RBI, and 5 runs scored in Saturday's doubleheader, while freshman Pancho Ruiz had a home run and 4 RBI in the finale. SDSU will head to UNLV this weekend. University of San Diego baseball avoided a sweep by BYU with a late 9th inning rally on Saturday. The Toreros now sit just behind Gonzaga in the West Coast Conference. They're set to play the Bulldogs in the final week of the regular season. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View.
Pete Gray here, inviting you to catch my show, Let's Talk Hookup, every Saturday and Sunday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific Time. For over 30 years, we've been the voice of the fishing community for Southern California, and so glad to be back on the big stick.
The all-new and mightier 1090.
Great things can be achieved when a community comes together. Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community. Watch Doing More Sunday night at 6 on YourView or stream it online at yourview.com. Ronald McDonald House Charities of San Diego keeps families close to their hospitalized child. Stop by your local McDonald's today to make a donation or visit redshoedaysd.com.
The Olympic Games, where the world's best athletes will compete on the most prestigious stage. Catch all the action leading up to the Olympic Games on Guide to the Games every Tuesday on YourView. The series examines the qualification process, the history of the Games, and the teams and athletes that are expected to shine, plus information about the rules, events, and competitors. Don't miss Guide to the Games, Tuesdays on YourView.
Great things can be achieved when a community comes together. Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community. Watch Doing More Sunday night at 6 on YourView or stream it online at yourview.com. Sponsored by The Barnes Firm, partnering with Shelter to Soldier and saving lives 2 at a time. Visit thebarnesfirm.com/shelter to soldier and help save more lives. Let's take it up a notch with Kaplan and Crew tonight's Premium Boost, powered by the mightier 1090.
San Diego is a great place for deep sea fishing because it's home of the largest sport fishing fleet in the world. You can go on a half-day trip, a full-day trip, multi-day trip, all the way up to 18 days to catch tuna and wahoo, or just locally here to catch yellowtail. When booking a deep sea fishing excursion out of San Diego, there's several resources, and of course, the San Diego landings have great web pages. Seaforthlanding.com, fishermanslanding.com, PointLomaSportFishing.com are the perfect resource to book your next fishing vacation out of San Diego. What you need to do to have fun in the sun while you're out fishing is, of course, you'll have to obtain a California fishing license or a Mexican fishing license, depending on where the trip goes, and then get set up with tackle. All the landings have all the tackle for rental, and they'll give you all the guidance on the boat for catching a lot of fish here in San Diego. What you should wear out on the water when you're fishing here in San Diego? Layers. And that's the key, because you're probably not going to get very wet because you're going to go out on a nice day, but just be prepared for layers because it can get pretty cool on the water. You know, summertime is always the best, from I would say June through September, but prime months actually in San Diego, September, October are probably the 2 prime months. Best water conditions and probably the most abundance of fish. So as far as taking your fish home, they'll fillet the fish for you on the boat and put it into a package for you, or you can use one of the local processors like Fisherman's Processing that'll vacuum seal and freeze your fish so that you can put it in your cooler and take it home and eat it. Depending on how long your excursion is, you can go anywhere from a half-day trip for around $50 plus your license, all the way up to a multi-day trip that maybe costs several $100s per day. But a full-day trip is going to cost you about $150 a day, depending on the Mexican license or California licenses that you need to get.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's Premium Boost is powered by the mightier 1090. Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and their surrounding areas.
I've been a part of this community for a long time, and giving back is what we do. That's why I'm so excited to tell you about the San Diego Giving Back Raffle, a benefit for Ronald McDonald House Charities of San Diego. Grand prize is this $4 million luxury home, or you could win a car, vacation, or cash. Everyone is guaranteed to win a prize. And you'll feel good knowing your raffle purchase goes to help families like the Lechugas. The first early bird deadline is May 14th.
Don't worry, Gracie. The curtain only goes up when everyone has a part to play. Whoa, okay, I gotcha. Uh-oh, whoa, watch out for those audio cables.
I'm gonna be sick.
To the left! I
am not going out there without Gracie.
Neither am I.
A little help?
No pressure.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.